GIịnh I 8 Friends Plus, Student Book.
Hello, welcome to Phong Kids TV YouTube channel.
Unit 8, Vocabulary. Exercise 1. Films.
Action. Animation. Musical.
Books.
Graphic novel. Manga. Mystery.
Books and films.
Adventure. Comedy. Crime. Drama. Fantasy. Horror. Romance. Science fiction. Thriller.
Unit 8, Vocabulary. Exercise 4.
1. Will.
Will, what's your favourite book? The Girl on the Train's the best book I've read in a long time. It's about a missing woman. It's a crime novel and it's very exciting. The author's Paula Hawkins.
2. Emma.
Emma, what's your favourite book?
I absolutely love the Divergent trilogy. It's basically a science fiction story about a society where young people are separated into different groups at the age of 16. The films are really good, but they're not quite as good as the books.
3. Elizabeth.
What's your favourite book, Elizabeth?
My favourite's Manga Man by Barry Liger. It's a science fiction graphic novel, but it's also a romance. It's really original and entertaining. I've never read anything quite like it.
4. Alicia.
Alicia, what's your favourite book?
The novel I've just finished reading's about a young woman who has to manage the family business when her parents die. She has a lot of problems with the people who work for her and almost loses the business as a result. In the end, she wins everyone's respect when she manages to save the company.
Unit 8, Reading. Exercise 2.
Film records. The record books are full of great film trivia, but only gossip about stars is usually heard. I like the gossip, but what about the film trivia we aren't told about? Some film records are much more interesting. For example, did you know that Robert Downey Jr. was paid more than any other actor for his role as Iron Man in the Avengers films? The huge sum of $80 million. And I bet you can't guess which film has the record for the most tickets sold. I was amazed. Well, apparently more cinema tickets were sold for Gone with the Wind, a 1930s romance, than for any other film. I haven't even seen it, but it sounds terrible. The classic science fiction film Star Wars comes a close second, and I'm sure that it's a much better movie. One truly unbelievable film record was set by a man called Ashish Sharma in Mathura, India, in 2008. He sat in a cinema and watched films for an incredible 120 hours and 23 minutes. That's 48 films in total. Another film-related record from India is about the world's largest film poster. It was made to advertise India's biggest action film of 2015, Bahubali. The size of it is extraordinary. At nearly 5,000 square meters, it's more than half the size of a professional football pitch. It wasn't made in the usual way. It was designed by the film's director, S.S. Rajamouli, and it was made by a team of 30 people who worked around the clock for 3 days.
Unit 8, Vocabulary and Listening. Exercise 1.
Director,
Direct.
award,
Award.
writer,
Write.
actor,
Act.
star,
Star.
nomination,
Nominate.
Unit 8, Vocabulary and Listening. Exercises 3 and 4.
And welcome to another edition of Cleverboard. Tonight's contestants are 16-year-old Jasmine,
Hi.
15-year-old Max,
Hello there.
and 15-year-old Bobby. So you all know the rules. There are 10 points for each correct answer. The first one to hit the button answers the question. A wrong answer means another contestant gets the chance to answer for 5 points. Everyone ready?
Yes.
Question 1. Which film was director James Cameron given an Oscar for?
It was Titanic.
It was Titanic, which was awarded a total of 11 Oscars. So that's 10 points to Max. Question 2. Who was the graphic novel series The Dark Knight written by?
Oh, I know this one. I can't remember his name though.
Jasmine? Bobby? Any idea who wrote the first graphic novel in the Dark Knight series, which was published in 1987?
I think it was Frank Miller.
Correct. 5 points to Bobby. Question 3. Please look at the photo on the screen. The spy James Bond was played by which actor in this film?
Daniel Craig.
10 points to Jasmine. So, we've got Bobby with 5 points. Max and Jasmine are both in first position with 10 points. Here is our fourth and final question. It all depends on this one. Bradley Cooper, Robert Downey Jr., and Jennifer Lawrence are all big Hollywood stars, and they all received Oscar nominations. Which one of them has actually won an Oscar?
Robert Downey Jr.
Ooh, wrong answer. Robert Downey Jr. has received 2 nominations, but he hasn't won yet. For 5 points, Max, Jasmine?
Is it Jennifer Lawrence?
Correct, Jasmine. Jennifer Lawrence has been nominated 4 times and Bradley Cooper has been nominated 9 times, but she's the only one of the 3 who has one. And we have a winner.
Unit 8, Vocabulary and Listening. Exercise 5.
1. Manga. 2. Guess. 3. Original. 4. Game. 5. Largest. 6. Gossip. 7. Intelligence. 8. Generosity.
Unit 8, Speaking. Exercises 1 and 2.
Hi, Sammy.
Hi, Daisy. How about going to the cinema tonight?
All right. What about Extreme Escape? It stars Jack Houston. I'm a big fan of his.
I don't fancy an adventure film. I'd rather see a science fiction film.
Well, you might prefer Beyond Mars.
I saw that last week. I'd prefer to see something I haven't seen.
I fancy Caro's Two Dreams. It's a fantasy.
I'm not really into that kind of thing, but it's had great reviews. I'd prefer that to Extreme Escape.